Hi everyone, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons series, part 26. Last episode we celebrated the festival day and it was pretty amazing. We also did a bit more terraforming on our island as well, but I think I'll be going ahead and continuing it in this episode. I'm also excited to go ahead and visit Harvey's Island as usual. I think we still have a couple different shops to donate bells to, as well as a new shop which would have been open today to visit as well. Right here we had the normal broadcast from Isabel, although I think we don't really have anything special happening for today, so I'm not too worried about that. Either way, let's quickly go ahead and get started with this episode. You might have seen that I do have a outfit change right here. This is the new outfit that I did find in my wardrobe when I was updating the game offline. Either way, let's check out the mailbox. It seems like we did get a present from Mitch, which is pretty nice to see. And of course, we have the painting that we bought in the last episode from Red. Let's quickly check out the present. And there we go. Those are the two. You might see that my inventory is a bit full, and that's because I have not cleared it up from playing offline. So let me quickly go ahead and place most of these items back in the house, and I think we can go from there. I'm pretty interested to see what furnitures we do have in our shop. And it seems like there are a couple of them that I would be interested in buying. But of course, before we buy all the items, I had a few that I could actually sell. Most of these are wallpapers and floorings that I actually have, and some of them that I accidentally bought or was gifted to, and something that I'm never going to use. I have been playing this game a lot offline to kind of collect more bells. The main goal for me, I think, would be to have all of those shops ready in Harvey's Island. So definitely I would need quite a few amount of bells to go ahead and have those shops opened. And I've been playing offline a lot to kind of get that ready. For now, even though I do want to buy all the three items, I'll go ahead and buy the ones that I can actually afford now and buy the other one on a later stage once I do have enough bells. There we go. We'll buy this one quickly, and that's all on the shop for now. I think I might be able to buy this heater right here as well, although I'm not really sure if this item will actually change. If it does, I think I'll go ahead and buy one for myself. As far as the terraforming goes, I have made some more changes on my island. I'll quickly go ahead and show you guys the new updates as soon as we go out of the shop. I'm pretty excited to go ahead and work on the rest of this island, where we have yet to kind of clear out the actual cliffs as well as some trees that we have. In the future, I definitely do want to move my museum as well as Able Sisters, but I'm still waiting for the terraforming to be done before I place the buildings in their place. Let me quickly go ahead and check the wallpaper and flooring before we move on. I really like the botanical wallpaper right there, so I'm gonna quickly go ahead and buy it. It's also one of that wallpaper which I think I'll try to buy in each and every color that I can actually find. I've already had a color black in it, and this one is the brown which one I bought. Hopefully I'll be able to find the others as well. Either way, that's all on the shop for today. Now I did decide to make my way to the resident services building. There are a couple different things I have to do here. One of them being the ceremony for upgrading the shop, and the other one is moving one of my villages up to a new place. So let me quickly go ahead and do that. First of all, I'll go ahead to the infrastructure and get the permission from my villager to move their house. In this case, it will be the layout change. As for the villager, I really didn't have anyone in mind. I was just looking around on all of my villages to see which one would fit very well. Thinking about this, I think Midge would be the one. After all, this house is gonna be near the entrance of the island, and I definitely really like Midge. So having her house at the entrance of the island seems pretty good. Let's quickly go ahead and get her permission before we get the moving kit from Tom Nook. I also have some other places for some of my other villages. There is one more house that will be near the beginning of my island, and I think I know whom I want there. It's one of my favorite villages. If you know who I'm talking about, or if you have guessed it, let me know in the comment section who it's gonna be. But for now, we do have the permission to move Midge's house. But before I leave the resident services building, I'll quickly go ahead and actually talk to Tom Nook, get the ceremony completed before we move the house. Talking to him, let's click on let's hold a ceremony. In this case, we only have Nook's Cranny, the renovations that was done on it recently. So I'll quickly go ahead and get that completed. As usual, I will speed up the ceremony a bit more since we do have quite a few dialogues, but it's not too fast where you can't read the dialogue themselves. So here we are. It's quite the border, so not everyone is fitting in the frame, but I think it's still pretty fine. Let's see what Timmy and Tommy has to say. After all, they are definitely doing a better job having a upgraded shop. Alright, I guess we do have a word, and this time I'll go with woohoo. Definitely a weird option to have right there, but I think it's pretty cool and funny, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. As usual, I did capture a screenshot of this. Hopefully I did get them all right. I have been doing this for all the ceremonies we had till now, so I think it has been pretty nice. Up next, I'll go ahead and climb up to the place where we'll have Midge's house. And it's gonna be right next to resident services building. I think this cliff right here is a really good place for me to place her house. So let's see where it will go pretty well. I don't really want to have too much space in the back of this cliff as the house will kind of be blocking it, and the only thing I could probably plant over there would be a couple of trees. Let me see how further I can go or how closer I can go to the cliff itself. This actually looks like a good spot, so I'll go ahead and place the house right here. Now in the future, if it does not work out, I'll go ahead and move the house a bit more. Maybe I'll have it come a bit forward or entirely change it or move it to a different area. But for now, I think this is a really good place. While doing my daily task, I was able to find today's message bottle, and we have a recipe on bamboo basket. Definitely amazing, and I'm super happy to have this. I really like the bamboo recipes as well as the log recipes, so I have been trying to actually collect as many as possible. Really happy that I was able to get one of its recipe today. Anyway, now that we are next to the museum, I'll quickly go ahead and assess all of my fossils, see which ones I can actually donate, and hopefully I'll be able to get my museum completed soon. There we go, let's see what happens next. And yep, we still have a couple few fossils that we can actually donate. Let's see which ones it's gonna be. Alright, we have a couple of them. I also had two artifacts, one being a painting and another one a statue. And definitely I'm able to go ahead and quickly donate them as well. Now that we are here, I'll go ahead and get to the cafe. Hopefully we'll be able to see some new scenario right here. If not, I still think it's pretty cool since we are able to make some progress with the roaster right here. As usual, let me quickly go ahead and sit down and get myself a cup of coffee. I myself am a coffee person and I definitely enjoy a hot coffee in the morning. Let me know in the comment section if you do the same or if you prefer tea more than coffee. There we go. We have our cup of coffee. Let's see what other dialogues we do get. Now this one's a bit new, but I'll quickly go ahead and drink up my coffee. Alright, there we go. So that's all on fossil as well as the cafe. I'll quickly go ahead and complete the other daily task of talking to all of my villagers before I go on with more terraforming on my island. I also have to show you guys the new terraforming that I have done, which I'm not really sure if I did show in the last episode, so we're going to do that once again. Well, it seems like Flo is having some thoughts. of me hanging out in her place. Alright, I was thinking she was asking to move out, but apparently not. Now, it might be because we just got a new villager a couple of episodes ago. Either way, it's nice to be invited to a house. I think this is the first time I am being invited by a villager. Flo right here was my sister villager. She was one of those who has been here from the beginning. So it's pretty cool to have her friendship level increase like this. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to get her photo before she moves out of my island. Alright, I think I really like the clock on the wall right there. It's one of those items that I definitely would love to get a DIY recipe on. As for the other furnitures, I think some of these I already have the recipe for, so I'm not too worried about it. If you do talk to your villager couple different times, they'll actually ask you to play a game and you'll be able to casually play a few games, just like the one right here. Once again, the game will be high card, low card, which means we do have to just guess the number in the second card. The first one will be displayed to us. In this case, it's actually 5, which is pretty bad. 5 is in between of 1 and 9, so it's pretty difficult to kind of guess. In this case, I did guess higher, and unfortunately the number was lower, so I didn't get the whatever present that I was gonna get. Either way, I think this game is pretty easy than the other ones that you do have to play in this game. Now that we have been here, I think it's time for me to go ahead and leave. After all, I do have a couple other things to take care before we end out this episode. Of course, when we are leaving, we do get a gift. In this case, it's gonna be the favorite music of the villager whose house you're visiting. Alright, pretty cool. It's an easier way of getting free music. But I think another easier way is to just talk to KK Slider in the evening and he's gonna give you a free copy of a music. Now that we are out here, I'll go ahead and show you guys the updates that I did. I think I did show this cliff right here S3. I'm planning on having my able sisters around here, but I haven't really gotten a chance to go ahead and move it. Maybe in the next day when I time travel, I'll be able to do so. I thought I'll be able to jump between these two cliffs. Unfortunately not. I guess I do have to climb down and climb up on the second cliff. Right here I'll also be planning to move another village's house. In the beginning I did want my own house to be here, but I think I prefer my house being next to the resident services building, or at least behind the resident services building rather than over here. Now before we make our way to Harvey's Island to check out the different shops, I definitely want to go ahead and check out Nook's shop, which I did miss the last time I was here. After all, I am having a 300 bonus miles. This is the reward I have been getting for quite a few days and I don't want to miss it. Checking out Nook shopping, we don't really have anything new. The seasonal item though I really like. I think I already have this one, so I'm not gonna buy it. Alright, I think that's all for now. Let me quickly make my way to Harvey's Island and let's see what we can actually donate over there. Well, here I am in Harvey's Island. Seems like we have another new shopper. This one is Katrina and she is gonna be the fortune teller. Pretty cool. I think I'm interested in this. I will definitely go ahead and check it out. Might not be every single day, but I think since this is the first time we're meeting her in this game, I'll go ahead and check this one out. I do have to say this is the first time I'm having all of these shops in my island. In my previous island, which I did reset, I didn't really visit Harvey's Island, so I wasn't able to get all of these shops. So I'm pretty happy to have this one over here. Let's quickly talk to her and see what she has to tell us. I wonder if we do have to pay for the services as well. Alright, so 1,000 bells. Okay, I guess that's better than the 10,000 bells that Tom Nook seems to ask us each time we have to move a house. In this case, I'll go ahead and know my luck. I really don't mind about the friendship level of my villagers. I think this one is much better. Oh, she is asking us to close our eyes, but I think I want to see what happens next. Let's see what she has to say about our luck today. Alright, there she goes. And definitely this is looking pretty real. Alright. And I think it's a bit scary. But let's see if we can zoom in. Ooh. Alright, she is definitely seeing a lost seagull sailor. Alright. I'm more interested on the small icon, which I think was the same clothing I had when I started this island. So that's pretty cool. Also, she is mentioning about a sailor, which I think would be either Gulliver in my island, which I probably didn't find. And it says that our friendship will improve. Alright, ominous words, but I think I get it. I think this one's pretty fun. Maybe we'll be able to do this once in a while. Now that we are here, I also want to go ahead and donate for the other Mr. Lloyds that are available. But before we do that, I'll quickly talk to Harriet right here to get a new hairstyle. Hopefully she will have something unique that is gonna work well with this one right here. Alright, let's see what she comes up with. Now we can definitely go ahead and change it up in the mirror if we don't really like it. But I think I really like this one. It definitely does suit this costume which I am wearing. And I think I'll go ahead and keep this one right here. Unfortunately, I did click the wrong option right there. But I'll have this hairstyle for today. We can also use this hairstyle for many other outfits that I actually have. So I'm pretty happy with this one. Alright, there we go. Personally, I think this is one of my favorite thing in this game. It's an easier way for you to have more hairstyles. I think definitely we have more we can actually buy from Nook Shop, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna be kind of the same as this one. At some point, I'll go ahead and buy those hairstyles as well, and let's see if it's gonna be the same or a different one. As for Tom Nook right here, he does have a different RPs, but I'm not really sure if those are the genuine ones, so I might not be able to buy them. Let me quickly go ahead and take a closer look. Personally, I think the left one right there is actually a fake, so I'm quickly gonna check out the statue right here on the right side. After double checking the website that is available for all the statues as well as the painting, I see that both of these are actually fake, so I'm not gonna be buying them. But of course, we still have one more thing left, and that's actually going ahead and donating to Mr. Lloyd right here. Alright, this one is on Kicks. He is going to be selling us a variety of shoes and bags. I think I'll go ahead and donate for this one. Now, even without me donating anything, it seems like there are villagers who are donating for this one. So if you don't want to donate to any of these shops, I think you just have to wait for some more time to go ahead and get the shops running. After making my way back to my island, I decided to go ahead and do some terraforming. I think I'll be going ahead and working on the cliffs that are on the north side of the island right next to Ken's house. I definitely have to move his house as well, but I think I'll go ahead and perform the terraforming first, clear out all of these cliffs before I go ahead with moving his house. Personally, I think this one's gonna take a long time since we have a huge cliff right here to remove, as well as move or clear out all of these trees which are planted over here as well. So let me clear out this quickly and I'll see you guys as soon as this area is cleared. Well, here's an update. As you can see in my map, I did clear out a huge space of this island. At this point, I think the next thing for me to do is move out Ken's house. So let me quickly go ahead and do that. In order to move Ken's house, I did have to time travel to the next day. And as you can see, we once again have Isabel's broadcast right here. Apparently today we have leaf in the island, so that's pretty cool. I can go ahead and add some more of plants and shrubs into my storage. Either way, let's quickly go ahead and do the daily routine, which means I'll be going ahead and checking out the mail and then making my way to the shop. Right, nothing too much happening in the mail. So I guess it's time for me to go ahead and move into the shop. You might see some amount of bells in my pocket, and that's because I had to go ahead and pull some of them out from Nook Stop, and this is mainly for me to kind of go ahead and donate in Harvey's Island. But of course, before we do that, we have a couple different items in our shop which we can go ahead and buy. In this case, I'll go ahead and buy the ones that I really need. I definitely need this one right here. It's one of my favorite items. As well as this pod right here, which might be a bit costly. Let's see how much it is. Ooh, alright. Okay, I'll go ahead and buy it since I do have the amount of bells. As for the other two items, I already have them in the inventory. So I think I'll go ahead and buy an extra one on a later stage. For now, we'll go ahead and go to our resident services building to move Ken's house. Well, now that I'm here, I'll quickly check out the recycling box as well as Nook Stop to make sure that I am able to get all the rewards that I usually get. Hopefully, I do find a item in Nook Shopping as well, something that we haven't really bought yet. So let's quickly go ahead and check it out. Alright, here we are, and it seems like we do have a Tori, which I definitely want to order. It's one of my favorite items, and I did use it in my previous island as an entrance. Maybe I'll be able to use this one as well. Other than that, I did buy this seasonal item, and I think that's all for Nook Stop for now. Let's quickly go ahead and talk to Tom Nook and get Ken's house moving as well. I think I do have to move his house to the beach since I haven't really had a chance to go ahead and see where his house might go next. Hopefully I don't have to really move him too far from his house. I'm thinking of placing it right next to the beach over there. Hopefully the beach space is enough for his house. If not, I'll go ahead and try to move him to another place. As usual, we do have to pay 10,000 bells. And luckily I did have enough bells in my pocket for once, and I don't really have to worry about getting it once again. Let's quickly talk to Ken himself and see what he has to say. Ken is one of those villagers that I never had in my island before. I think he was there in the very first island that I created. But unfortunately, I did reset it pretty soon, so I didn't really get a chance to go ahead and talk to him. So it's pretty nice to have him over here in my island now. Since we did receive the moving kit, I'll quickly go ahead and make my way out and move his house to a new place. While talking to Leaf right here, he actually was happy enough to go ahead and give me a gift. In this case, it's actually the recipe for hedge, which is pretty cool. Definitely a really helpful one, and I think I'll be using this recipe quite a lot in this island. Other than that, I did buy some flowers as well as shrubs. Right here, I'm just clearing out my storage once again, and since Leaf does give me double the price, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly sell it. There we go. That will help me a lot when I'm going to Harvest Island. Well, here I am. Let's see if we can actually place Ken's house right here. And we can. This is actually the perfect place for his house. At least until I'm able to kind of terraform my island and move his house somewhere else. But if you do want to have a villager's house right next to the beach, having it in a place like this is definitely pretty helpful. Alright, now that it's done, I think that's all I had for today's episode. In the next episode, we'll continue making more changes on my island and move more villagers' houses to their new place. Either way, thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.